I want to quickly talk to you about Mulligan Funding. And if you're looking for a business funding this year, you can try Mulligan. And the cool thing about Mulligan is that they are pretty fast, they're pretty reliable, and most importantly, they're really flexible. Okay, they will actually look at your application no matter what. So let me first talk to you about Mulligan Funding. Let's see from a bird's eye view. Okay. So what is Mulligan Funding? So Mulligan Funding LLC, that's actually the complete name of this lender. So this is an online business funding company specializing in quick and easy working capital loans for small and medium-sized businesses, okay? So you have a direct lender. So Mulligan Funding is not a marketplace. This is a direct lender that actually will fund you small to medium-sized business options. But the two that they have, let's say working capital loans and small business term loans, they really will help you big time in terms of how they structure it so you can get funded real fast. So basically, you're able to get same day approval and you're able to get your funds within 24 hours. This is totally possible with Mulligan Funding. The cool thing is that this is a direct lender. Once again, this is a direct lender, so not a marketplace, not a loan marketplace. So you also have a robust renewal program for more funding at better terms and rates. So basically, Mulligan Funding has a system in place to reward you the more you pay your loan. If you pay your loan real fast, they'll be able to renew you, okay, at better rates. And it is actually a private family-owned business, okay? And they started around 2008. So 2008, it's been a while now. It's 20 years now that they've been in operation, okay? They're based actually in Utah, but they have actually some operations in San Diego in California. So you have a lender that can really accompany you regardless of your location, your city or state. I want to quickly talk to you now about another aspect of Mulligan. So basically, I've just explained to you that what Mulligan is. What about, let's talk about the small business loans, okay? I've already told you that with Mulligan, you have two types of business loans. So we are looking at working capital loans, and we are looking at small business term loans. But overall, the maximum loan amount you can have through Mulligan Funding is $2 million. So that's pretty good. I mean, as long as you have a funding requirement that actually is below $2 million, Mulligan Funding could be a good lender to reach out to. And you usually have 3 to 24 months. So they're not giving you 10 years to repay the loan. 24 months, 2 years maximum, okay? And in terms of funding speed, you get actually funded. You get your funds, like the actual funds in your bank account, 24 hours minimum after approval. Okay, so depending on your qualifications, you will receive funding in the amount of 6 to 12% of annual revenue. So basically, this is it's not really revenue-based financing the way you have it with invoice factoring or, let's say, accounts receivable financing or even merchant cash advance. It's just that Mulligan wants to make sure they do not go over 12% of your annual revenue, okay? Which means that as long as your revenue, the 12% of your revenue doesn't go past 2 million, you are really good to go. So Mulligan Funding actually offers unsecured financing. So really, if you go with working capital loans or small business term loans, you are having unsecured loan options. There is no collateral required. And in terms of working capital loans, you have a lump sum of money, okay? You get the cash right away, and you can use the funds for virtually any business purpose. And the company's working capital products operate like merchant cash advances in many ways. That's really cool. And also, one thing I want to say is that if you go with the other one, the small business term loans, those operates more like a business line of credit. If approved, you'll have access to the maximum funds your business qualifies for. However, you don't have to accept the total amount at once, okay? Remember, we're speaking maximum $2 million, and we're having a minimum $5,000. And repayment window, again here, 24 months maximum. So what are the qualifications for Mulligan Funding? So if you're interested in working with Mulligan, what kind of stuff should you have? First of all, they want you to have a minimum annual revenue of 120,000. So we are speaking about 10K a month minimum. So if your business has to generate at least $10,000 in revenue every single month. I'm speaking here about gross revenue. So this is not income. This is top of the line income, top of the line revenue. Okay. So basically, in terms of FICO score, anywhere from 550 to 650. Okay. So you have to be in business for at least 6 months to actually qualify for the working capital loans, but also their small business term loans. So if you are a brand new company, you are a startup, you will not qualify for either funding program. Okay. So you got to be in business for at least 6 months. I mean, 6 months is really not that bad. Think about it. Okay. Because 6 months gives Mulligan Funding time to really study your financials, to study your business profile, to study your operations, to see, because if you remember, they're funding maximum 12% of your revenue. So that means you got to have revenue, and that revenue has to be around for a while for them to see some kind of trend, right? For them to see what kind of reality. And one thing I want to say here is that basically Mulligan Funding does charge, and that's the bummer, but they charge an origination fee, and their APRs are kind of high too, maximum 99%. Okay, so this is kind of high because if you think about it, you're getting funded for a maximum period of 24 months, minimum 5,000, maximum 2 million, and they are charging you in addition an origination fee. So that really makes Mulligan pretty expensive. But on the flip side, they're fast. Okay, they're fast. I'll speak about the pros and cons later on, but I just wanted to tell you to understand that you're able to get things done. And the lending company offers a business loan affiliate program. Okay, so if you're an ISOs or business loan brokers, you can sign up with a partner program to refer your small business clients or offer the company's lending products. So this is really good in terms of flexibility and accountability. So how do you apply for a Mulligan Funding business loan? How do you go about starting the process? How do you about structuring your application? And how do you get things done, really? Well, first of all, you are able to apply online. Okay, they have a website, their website, Mulligan Funding, and you can apply and get a free quote. Okay, free quote. We're speaking about a soft pull. There's no hard pull here. Okay, this is just a preliminary step here, and they just want to give you some kind of free quote for their working capital loans or small business term loans, okay? And so what you want to do here is that for them to give you a free quote, you got to give them the range of funds that you need along with your revenue, credit score, and time in business ranges, okay? That's really what will give them an opportunity to study your profile. And once you give them that info, somebody from Mulligan, so a Mulligan advisor Mulligan Funding advisor will then contact you to finalize your application. Okay, and one thing you need to understand here is that basically the company's team of underwriters works to provide approval within a few hours. So that's why same day approval is totally possible. If you apply by 9 a.m. Eastern or 9 a.m. Pacific, whatever, they will actually they'll fund you by 3 p.m. Okay, Eastern or Pacific, whatever. And one thing I also want to say here is that once approved, you will have the chance to review your funding options, rates, and fees. Okay, and you want to make sure that you pay attention to the fine prints to know exactly what you're getting yourself into. So that's important. And you get funded. So once approved, you can receive your funds within 1 business day. And so post funding, you repay working capital and business term loans with small daily or weekly payments. Okay. The payment is usually via ACH transfer. So for term loans, you can pay in excess of your funds to repay the amount early. You can also draw additional funds as needed. And that's really cool. And one thing I want you to really understand here is that it's all possible to actually apply for a new loan if you have repaid the existing one at least 50% already. So what about Mulligan Funding, the advantages of getting a loan through this lender? So the primary benefit of this lending company is that you have quick access to working capital, right? Because you have a direct lender, you don't have to go to a lending marketplace and then wait for the marketplace to get back to you. No, they will get back to you real fast. Okay, so this lender provides a simple application process with same-day approval possible and next-day funding. And also, there is no minimum credit score to apply. So while your credit score is still considered, it's only one of the factors the company considers when approving loans, okay? Which is really good because it shows that you have the possibility to lower the impact that your credit score might have. And also, Mulligan Funding is a private, family-owned business that delivers excellent customer service. There are no prepayment penalties, and the company also offers an excellent renewal program for ongoing funding. So this is really good. So what are the disadvantages here if you think about Mulligan Funding? So really, the most significant drawback here is that you don't have transparency. So when you go to their website, everything is sort of opaque, okay? So basically, the company doesn't charge an application fee, but it does provide any information on origination, closing, or other fees. You just have to rate, okay? Because if they charge you origination fees, closing fees, or other fees, that could really add up to your total cost, okay? There are no listed interest ranges, but like I told you, APR can go all the way to 99%, okay? That's something to really understand. And so there is no way to estimate any cost before applying, because if the company is really opaque about their loan program, that's like, and also, while the company states that the business term loan is available in all 50 states and Washington, D.C., it doesn't state where its working capital loans are available. So it's, our team could not even confirm if they are even available outside of California. So what are the pros and cons here? If you think about Mulligan Funding, what are the pros and cons? So when it comes to the pros, you have a quick and easy online application. That's what I love about a streamlined application, right? You just apply once and you get funded multiple times. Really, that's really good. And you have the possibility to, to get actually same-day approval. So because the team of underwriters are reviewing applications, let's say nonstop during the day, so they can approve you within 3 to 5 hours. And once you're approved, you receive the funds even faster within 24 hours, which is really cool depending on your loan amount. And also, if you were to compare this to traditional banks or credit unions, where you get your funds within days, okay? And there are no prepayment penalties. You have a private family-owned company with human underwriters who are looking at your paperwork, who are understanding your requirements, who are seeing how you fulfill their requirements, okay? And you have a company that has excellent reputation for customer service, and it also offers a robust renewal program. On the flip side, so you have a complete lack of transparency on cost and other fees. And also, there are no interest rate or fee ranges. listed on the website. And also, when it comes to Mulligan Funding, you don't know exactly where their working capital loans are available, like what city and state those are available at. So, what are the extra infos that you need to know about Mulligan Funding? Do I recommend Mulligan Funding this year? Definitely yes. Definitely yes. Okay. Mulligan Funding is definitely legit. This is a good lender to really consider if they are actually funding in your area. Okay. That's an important element to really think about. And what I want to really also I want to make sure you understand is that basically Mulligan Funding is accredited by Triple B and Better Business Bureau, and they have an A+ rating on their website. Okay, so that's really cool. And also, one thing you need to understand here is that Mulligan Funding actually likes you to have revenue, consistent revenue. So when I said to you a little earlier, when I said 10 grand at least in revenue, it depends on your profile, because sometimes they will want you to even have a funding, like to even have at least $750,000 in annualized revenue. Okay, so which is like close to 72, which is close to, I would say, $60,000. Okay, $60,000 to $70,000. So that's something to really think about per month. Okay, that's per month. So it really depends. So the revenue requirements goes from $10,000 all the way to $65,000 in monthly business revenue. But the time in business is still at least 6 months. So you gotta have some kind of operational history. Okay, that's an important element, and make sure that you are free from open bankruptcies for Mulligan Funding to actually even look at your application. Okay, but for instance, if you are able to if you're not able to get a business loan through Mulligan Funding, you have other lenders to actually consider. Just drop me a comment below. Let me know where you are at, what city and state you are at, your business operates at, and I should let you know definitely what lender can take care of you. You know, I have a long list of lenders who will take care of your business line of credit requests, your merchant cash advance, your SBA loan, your invoice factoring, your revenue-based financing request, your bad credit business loan, your equipment financing, and so on and so forth. So the sky's the limit, really. Okay, and I'm talking about all the way to $100 million. So this is something that you need to really understand, that funding is available, and Mulligan Funding is just one lender among others. So, in conclusion to this conversation, I spoke to you about Mulligan Funding. I explained to you what the company is, what they do, the type of loans they have. So that's working capital loans and small business term loans. Thank you so much. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.